today, and I see once again we're already lagging. Let me try something different here. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is a real impromptu show. I've been out all day. All right, so we're still experiencing a little bit of lagging, but I kind of been out all day talking to people about this election tonight. And once of all, I thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure y'all like and share the video. I've been out all day talking to people in Goldsboro, North Carolina, getting their opinions on the outcome of this election. Everybody's probably on pins and needles right now. Everybody's probably sitting around their televisions, watching. I think voting ended. At like 7:30. And so right now, wherever you're at, they'll probably got all types of election parties and watch parties. I was invited to a few, but of course, I'm not going to engage in that. I'm just going to just address some of the things that I've heard today. And if you want to see everything that everyone said, men and women, mostly Black women, I didn't get a chance to interview a lot of Caucasian people, but mostly Black people. And, you're going to hear what they said about why they vote, why they voted the way that they voted in this year's election, as well as what they think is going to happen. And I see it's lagging, but they said what they think is going to happen if either party wins. And I'm just going to be frank with you. The majority of the people that I talked to said, if Trump wins, then, we're going to go to hell. Everything is going to be destroyed. And so you'll get to hear, some everyday people, young, old, men, women, talk about what they think about what's going to happen. But I did want to share this real quick because I've been receiving this text. Probably about 15 people have sent me this text. Now, I don't know if y'all have gotten this text. It supposedly originated out of Gwinnett, Georgia, Gwinnett County, Georgia. And, I'm actually going to read it. I'm going to show it to you. Peace. What's going on, everybody? I'm going to show it to you in a couple of minutes. But, I've received this so many times and people have asked me to address this. So I'm going to address it as well as you see, from the caption, I've been told, and I did some little research that, people in D.C., or not people in D.C., I guess the downtown, the administrators, people by the White House are boarding up businesses. They're preparing, they have the National Guard on standby and everybody because evidently they think either way it goes. And that's what a lot of people that I talked to today said either way it goes, there's going to be some need for some order makers. So I'm going to dive into that text real quick. But first of all, once again, all praises to the Most High. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel if this is your first time. And I'm going to play, once again, our introduction, and then we're going to get right back into it. I won't be on long tonight.
From local stories to Wayne County news, get ready to dive into everything happening in North Carolina with Taylor House Publishing. Got a story to share? Shoot us an email at taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. If you're looking to publish your book or need some top-notch mentorship, we've got your back. Join the excitement with the one and only Richard Taylor, right here at Taylor House Publishing. Speak with Richard directly at 919-587-7782. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and invite your family and friends to watch.
From Wayne County to the Carolina coast, till our house, bring the news you love most. Tune in on YouTube, don't miss a beat. Humble stories that keep you on your feet.
Taylor House, we got the school.
Taylor House Publishing.
I see it. Yeah, they said Trump can't steal my joy. They said Trump can't steal my joy. I see you in the chat, and I definitely agree with you. Nobody can steal my joy. But let's take a look at this text real quick. Now, I don't know if anybody, once again, I've asked y'all if anybody who's seen this text. I'm gonna put it on the screen, but I'm also read it to see if anybody has seen this text. Y'all tell me if y'all seen this text. Now, there it is on the screen. Now, this says, "Hey ladies, I just received this from a friend who works in the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. Be on alert. Last night, a deputy told a family that local white supremacist KKK members originating out of Lexington, North Carolina, are planning to attack from now until the inauguration." Now, I don't know what now is. I don't know, once again, when this text was reportedly originated. But they said they are plotting against blacks, especially black women, because in their eyes, we are easy targets. Please be vigilant. Try not to do anything alone, especially after dark. This is not a hoax or a rumor. The deputy showed paperwork that the police department has. In their words, they're taking their country back. It's really scary, and please take what I'm telling you seriously. We have to continue to live, but just be careful and watch your surroundings. And that is the text that I've received, about, like I said, about 15 people have sent me that text. And if you can't see it, like I said, it was on the screen, but I just read it to you. Now, evidently, once again, I don't know when now was, meaning now, when that text originated, but we hear tonight is the election. And actually, okay, they said, if I'm not mistaken, let me bring that back up, because maybe I missed it. They said now until the inauguration. Okay. So they said now until the inauguration. So that puts a different spin on it, because I was just going to say, hey, tonight is the election, and I haven't seen any mass attacks on people. We're going to take, matter of fact, we can go ahead and take calls too. I see we got a call coming in. We're just going to answer the call. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. You live on the air.
Oh, I'm calling about the McGee case.
Yes.
And when I want to say to you, I'm talking to you, actually talking to you.
Yeah, you're talking to me. Actually, we're live on the air too. So you're talking to the audience and everything.
I've been calling you. Okay, great. This is what I want to say. I've been following. You cut my TV down. I've been following you with the McGee case, and I've been also doing forensic for. I'm not professional. I'm a nobody, but I've been doing forensic for over 20 years. And what I want to say to you is, watching Dr. Henry Lee. I'm trying to find my book, cut the cue down. By watching Dr. Henry Lee and Michael Biden, I found out that, and other forensic scientists, professionals, I found out that you can actually find the ligature mark. You can actually tell if it was self-inflicted or not by the way of a ligature mark. The forensic science, they know this. And I know this by watching forensic for years. So what I'm telling you is you have the outreach to them. I can't get to them, but you can. Where you stand, and that you can actually find out active forensic. And FBI knows this too. Based on the way the victim reports are, you can find out if it's self-inflicted or not. This is what I want to say.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for calling. And yeah, we're gonna, once again, we're kind of waiting on some things to transpire with that case. So I thank you for calling and thanks for your insight.
Yes, been praying. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right. And yeah, that's once again, that's why we're here as well. The Javion McGee case has splintered into some other cases, but we are still doing work behind the scenes. And I've been thinking about that case all day, how we can get them to do what's right. And so justice for Javion is still, the goal. I got some information and some people still got to reach out to. But of course, the day was kind of hectic. I didn't want to be traveling around on this road, considering, some of these things that people are saying, what's going to happen. But that text has, I guess, got a lot of people up in arms. From now to the inauguration, there's supposed to be, a triple K group originating, as it said, out of Lexington, North Carolina. And I see somebody, Toledo Divine, says, yes, Lexington is racist. Now, as we have dived into all of these counties, we have seen that a lot of these counties are racist. So that is things happening in Florida. If you guys watched the video this morning about 32-year-old Sepho Bennett, who was targeted, he was called racial slurs. He actually went into a smoke shop and tried to hide out. The news articles and clips said that these two white young gentlemen, ages 20 and I guess the other one was about 20, David Brenner and Caden Johnson, they continued to taunt him, call him. They said they left the smoke shop several times and came back until, my brother, he was walking around the store. The people in the store say they knew him. He came in there a lot of times, and, he was known a very quiet, well-respected, well-mannered, even educated young man. But these two white gentlemen targeted him so much so that, when he walked out the store, he felt that, these young gentlemen were going to harm him. And as Florida allows you to do, if you fear for your life, you're able to stand your ground. And that's what the young gentleman did. I think it was July the 4th, 2023. We have not heard anything about this case. I haven't until somebody sent me. However, he was locked up and charged for standing his ground. And so those, we have seen so many instances of, racial inequities, attacks. Just yesterday, someone sent me a video of an officer just blatantly shooting a man while he was trying to get his hat that flew out of his car on the side of the highway. We're going to dive into that. But speaking of all those things, there has already been attacks. Let's just be clear. We consider our brother Javion being attacked by, a cowardice mob. We've seen the many different other people in those articles throughout the last month of being suspended in trees. So it's definitely something to consider. Now, I looked at it as okay, this is just a mass text. This is fear-mongering tactics. This is something to get people scared or in that vein to be fearful, to be fear and to live in fear. But as the scripture said, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. But I did do some research on that text, right? I did do some research on the text, and I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this with you. Let me pull up the screen share real quick, because I did do some research on it, and I'm gonna let you guys know what I found regarding the text. Now, the text has been sent to me by many people. So this is an article. Now, once again, this is the article. Yeah, your cousin sent you that. So this is what they're saying. Safety is the top of the mind for Gwinnett, Texas. For Gwinnett County voters. Now, this is in Georgia. After concerning text threads are being shared across Georgia. Now, not only are they being shared across Georgia, but they are being shared all across the states, evidently. Like, people from all states all around have sent me this text. So this stated that the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office said its agency has not received any information indicating threats to any groups on or after Election Day. Let me see if this will play for us real quick. And of course, it's taking its time. And so if it does not play, we'll just read the article. Okay, here it is. Hopefully it is up.
Meanwhile, a text thread is being shared across the state, raising the question, is there a need for extra security at the polls tomorrow?
The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office says no information points to a threat. 11 Live's Teresa Bowles has a look at what's being done to keep you safe on Election Day.
A text thread causing quite a scare in Gwinnett County.
I don't think disappointed is really the right word. It's disgusting.
The message warns voters to be on high alert as the Ku Klux Klan is allegedly planning to attack Black women, especially from Election Day until the inauguration. It cautions voters to not do anything alone after dark.
We have a pretty robust plan with local law enforcement already for Election Day, so we're feeling pretty good about the plan with both Gwinnett PD, the Sheriff's Office.
The Gwinnett County Elections Director, Zach Manifold, says this is the first he's heard of the threat, but he says they have things in place to make this election a safe one. When we asked the Sheriff's Office about the threat, they say while this threat isn't credible, the office, quote, remains dedicated to protecting all citizens and will continue to monitor and respond accordingly to all suspicious and threatening behavior.
That's the reason why I wanted to vote early. It's because I didn't want to be involved with any of that. But yeah, we probably need extra security just so people feel safe.
Sugar Hill voter Tiffany Hale Carter didn't receive the text message personally, but says the Black women of Sugar Hill's message is to encourage you to exercise your right to vote.
If our ancestors can be beaten down and know that they were going to be beaten down and still went ahead and voted anyway, then you can definitely do it here in 2024.
In Sugar Hill, Teresa Bowles, 11 Alive News.
The Gwinnett County Police Department says it will implement additional safety measures, including additional officers to patrol throughout Election Day.
And that's fair use, by the way. Fair use. So y'all tell me, what do y'all think about that message? And also the sheriff or the police officers or the counties saying that. Let me go ahead. I don't know if y'all can hear that. So what are y'all, do y'all think that, that is something to worry about? Now, I already feel, and talking to a lot of people today, they feel the same way, that no matter what happens, there may be some cause to be aware, and I remember now in 2016, I think, or maybe it was 2018 or 19, I was in Virginia Beach, right? And we know about the tiki torch thing in Charlottesville. But I was in Ocean View in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, and I was out at the beach with my daughter and stuff, and there was this large caravan of pickup trucks, and they was flying the flags, and they were doing all of those things. And I saw it was some of my sisters out there fussing with them, and going back and forth with them. But I just stood and watched them because they wasn't going to do nothing. They were riding around in an attempt to intimidate people, or almost incite you, or seduce you, or provoke you into getting into an affray, or getting into something with them, so they can have the right to defend themselves, or can actually carry out what they may have had in their hearts to carry out. But nevertheless, I don't like I've said before. You can fly your flags, you can spew all the rhetoric that you want, long as you don't do nothing. You keep all of that over there, then everybody will be fine. And so I think that if we keep that same attitude, don't worry about nobody walking around talking and yelling, nobody sending text messages, nobody doing anything. I like that. Ain't no need in fussing. That's a waste of spiritual currency. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's deep. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. Chapter 1, verse 7. What does that say? Does that answer our question? Let's look at that verse real quick. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. Okay, so pop right up. Oh yeah, that's one of mine. That's one of my favorite ones. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. And so that's how we must operate. When everybody was sending me that text, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Yeah, I've seen it. But so many people send it to me, and one lady asked me to address it, so I do want to address it because our women, our sisters, are to be protected. And if they are targets, then who's supposed to step up? Us men. And so, hopefully there won't be a mass targeting of anybody. Hopefully people will be able to, act like adults and say, hey, yeah, man, my guy lost or my gal lost. And then everybody goes home. Because as I was talking to somebody like 6 months down the line, whoever's elected, everybody's going to go back to their regular lives. Like I was talking to people at the polls, and the people who was working the polls and campaigning for their particular candidate. All of them were just so tired and drained. Like everybody wants this thing to be over. It's definitely like everybody wants this thing to be over, to go ahead and get on with their lives, because no matter what happens, we're still going to have to live a life. Now, however that life is going to look, whatever it's going to look like, we have to we're going to have to adapt to it. But evidently as well, Washington D.C. is also preparing for some unrest. As you see right here, this article, I'm going to go ahead and share this article. So hopefully we can see what's going on in D.C. Now, everybody knows D.C. is the nation capital. It was also the site of, the January the 6th incident in which, groups of people stormed the Capitol. So I'm going to play this real quick, and we can see what they got going on up here in D.C. And like my homeboy told me, they out there boarding up buildings. As you see, this article says Washington, D.C. preps for potential unrest. Fair use, by the way. This video was used for commentary and
humanity's greatest weapon is the
political
lie.
purpose. Now,
We
this
are
is,
unreliable
and
thus
all right, we're not going to quiet that. So hopefully they won't. Okay.
The city on edge ahead of Election Day looks like. This is one of several businesses here in downtown Washington that are boarded up, that even before any votes have been counted are concerned about the potential for unrest here in the coming days. We've seen large fencing go up around the White House and the vice president's home. And look, local officials at this point here in Washington have said they haven't received information about any credible threats, but they are preparing not just for protests, but even for the potential for political violence and rioting like what we saw after the 2020 election. Metropolitan Police, DC's police department, they are fully activated already, and they will be through the week, meaning every officer in the city is going to be working 12-hour shifts to make sure people are safe here in the nation's capital.
All right, so that's, let me stop showing that, and hopefully this won't play. So, there you see the young gentleman talking about what they're doing around the Capitol. Now, if y'all saw my brother walking down the street, he didn't have a care in the world. That's, I like him, whoever he was. He was like, whatever, man, But evidently, and it almost, to me, I don't know about y'all, it almost seems staged, where it's almost like they are inviting it, because I've never seen no other election where they've done so much talking about what may happen, so it almost, to me, seems staged. Yeah, so and that's I was invited to a couple of places. And I did, I don't want to go because, like I don't know how people are going to be feeling. I don't know. Everybody doesn't. It's a script. Like I said, like I see you, Joe. Script. Everybody doesn't, feel how I feel. Everybody is not, not emotionally detached as I am from this. Peace and blessings. You live on the air.
Okay, I don't want to be on the air. I'll call back.
Okay. All right. All right. So that's somebody who's, evidently not watching tonight. But I just am not, that much invested as a lot of people are in the political and faith in this political system. As I was talking to a young brother today, he was like, now one of them are going to save us, and I've heard it put, by several people talking about Black people. We have this savior complex. We have the savior complex, like, somebody is going to, besides, the Most High is going to save us. I don't have that savior complex. I'm not looking for the government to do anything for me or against me. So we have to save ourselves. So, and I don't know. So has anybody seen any of the results? I haven't tried to check the tally of it. Once again, I'm just ready for it to be over, as a lot of people are. I am ready for it to be done, over and done with. And so, if you guys are, have the tally screen up, or what have you, where to find that. Some polls are, oh, that's right, because, okay, I forgot. The results probably won't be in until late night because, like I said, they didn't end till 7:30 over here in North Carolina. So I assume they probably won't end till 7:30 over there in California. So you're talking about, 10:30, 11:30, and then, everybody's going to wake up tomorrow. I am tired of this election too, Dr. Maida Smith. Me and you are in the same boat. I am just ready for whoever it is to take place, whatever's going to happen, and then we are going to move on. We are going to move on. As the scripture says, we are more than a conqueror. As again, no weapon formed against us will prosper. If God be for us, who can be against us? And all of the other scriptures that gives us power and authority over any evil. And so I just hope people don't get too discouraged or get too excited, no matter the outcome, because once you start celebrating, the game is not over. The game is not over. Whether who wins this selection, if Kamala wins, the game is not over. There's no need to celebrate. It's actually going to be time to, strap up your helmets and put on your shoulder pads a little bit tighter. It's going to be time to put your mouthpiece in and tape your ankles if you're on the basketball court. It won't be no time to celebrate, and that's one thing I noticed, today at the polls, where I was at, and this is no disrespect, but one thing, like, they had DJs out there. They had 2 or 3 DJs, food and everything, which is, I guess that may be protocol for wherever you go. But, I'm just thinking, man, black people party too much. That's just it. We party too much. You know what I mean? This ain't time to party. This time to, get a plan together, no matter who's going to win. How are we going to function? You know what I'm saying? So I saw that and I was just like, man, we love a party. You know what I'm saying? We'll party. You will party for everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, like we party too much, man. Like what is all of this got to do with the election? It's time out. It's time out. I feel you, Nazi, y'all. It's time out for all the party. Like if we don't party no more, we partying enough. That's all we do, and that's why the political pundits get the entertainers, get the muses, get musician artists. They get whoever to come because they know that we want to be entertained. I was talking to a brother from Nigeria not too long ago. I was out at one of the Walmarts selling my books, and he said, man, he was sitting there talking to me. He was like, man, where are the black leaders? Now, this is somebody from the outside looking in. It's sort of like we're here, so we don't see these things, but I see them. But he was like, man, where are all the black leaders? Y'all don't have any leaders. I used to look and I used to read about, the people like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and things, but he said, today, y'all don't have any leaders. He said, what y'all do have is athletes and entertainers. And I had to sit and think about it. I was like, yo, you are right. Who do we get our political advice from? Think about it. Who do the politicians get us to listen to when it comes to time to get political advice? We don't have nobody. We have musicians, entertainers, and athletes. And I was like, whoa, bro. Now that's somebody from the outside looking in, but we're all caught up in all of these systems and matrix and stuff. We don't even realize it. We don't have any. We listen to entertainers. Anytime you put an entertainer in front of me, I'm looking at him, okay, what is his criteria? to be able to tell me why I should do this, such and such and such. You know, there are, and the great leaders that they are, you won't see them, like a Dr. Claude Anderson, like a John Arik Clark, like a Yosef Ben Yakinen, Barashango, you know, the Steve Coakleys of the world, the Leonard Jeffries of the world, the Delbert Blairs, all of those guys, they won't put on that political platform, but they have, you know, the knowledge and, you know, the intellect and the study to inform us educationally on what, why, and who we should do. But, you know, they'll put a entertainer in front of us, and, you know, they'll say a couple of catchphrases. They'll throw some slang out there. They'll quote a song, and we'll yell and dance and get emotional about it. And so I see past all that. You know, give me some substance, as the dude told me in Knock Around, as the father said in Knock Around Guys, when his son lost the package and his son was lying to him. He said, "Look, don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining." You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like, you know, that they're done to us. They're throwing toilet water on us, and they're telling us it's raining, you know. And so you know, even as I mentioned yesterday, there were so many names on the ballot when I went in there that I didn't know. The soil conservation supervisor, you know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't think that deep, you know, to research that. You know what I'm saying? The assistant secretary to the Food and Drug Administration of the state. You know what I'm saying? The assistant, the lieutenant state treasurer. I don't know that, you know what I mean? So it's certain things that we put in this political system that, you know, we don't even really research. And K-Stack said, why are we still looking for leaders? Oh, we haven't recognized our faults and repented from where our Messiah was walking in this place called earth. That's, once again, that's the spiritual aspect of it. There's the spiritual aspect. And that's what my brother said to Diane Phillips, regardless of who wins, God is in control. Emmanuel means God is with us at all times. Just watch and pray, but don't let them take our joy. Mr. Magnificent, they treat us like children. They put sports players, singers, and actors to speak for us, and I find it very disrespectful, and a lot of our people are suffering from the Stockholm Syndrome. Now, who doesn't know what the Stockholm Syndrome is? And I think that's a great fact. I see that as well. The Stockholm Syndrome is when people have captured you, or people have kidnapped you, or, you know, it came from, you know, I think, you know, some of the Germans who had, you know, the Jews in captivity. Some of the Jews are the captives, or, you know, or even when they said that's what happened with Patty Hearst. Somebody kidnaps you, and then, you know, they done treated you wrong, and they done broke you, and, you know, they done kept you away from your family. Then you've been with them so long, you begin to love them. You begin to love them. You don't want to leave them. You know, that's what they call the Stockholm Syndrome. And that is what I've seen, you know, a lot of times, where, you know, people, once again, looking for a savior, no matter what kind of savior that there is. But that, you know, evidently, you know, somebody is feeling some type of way because they have riot fences all over DC. In the this is, hold on, let me see. Fear of violence are growing as Donald Trump has told his voters to prepare for a rigged election. That's what this article says. So they said fear of violence, and so I guess they're saying since Donald Trump has already warned his voters, now I do think this is a very dangerous tactic, because whether the election is rigged or not, once you say it to your voters and you lose, then that is going to solidify in their minds, oh yeah, he told us it was rigged, whether it's rigged or not. So I do think that is a very dangerous tactic. If he did say that, I wouldn't agree with that, because you are inciting, violence. You are the powder keg, as Malcolm X would put it, to a situation that could be avoided. Now, he could easily say, no matter how rigged it is, if I lose, don't trip. Trump did say if he loses, it's going to be a bloodbath. Now, I heard that statement as well, and I think I've heard somebody try to explain that away, like that he didn't mean it. Now, I don't know what they said, but when they said it, it kind of made sense. But I'm not saying it either way, because we see what his supporters have done. And I lag right there, so I'm gonna say it, but we see what his supporters have done in the past. So we can't be we can't be, we can't take that as a grain of salt. Oh yeah, definitely. Once again, ain't nobody scared. We better get justice for our brother Javion. His life was valuable as a diamond. Someone has to counter the bad folks pulling off these cover-ups and crimes. Most definitely, most definitely. And it's I wouldn't say it's at a standstill, because there's still some more information that I got that I'm not able to share. And so it's just, for me, it's like, okay, when is when is the people, and by the people I mean the people who has the authority to bring certain things to light, that or the power to do certain things, and orchestrate things, when are they going to act? So I'm literally, I'm like a caged pit bull now. Now, of course, I've received some threats and some warnings, but as it goes, like I'm all in with this. But again, so many people have told me to be careful and watch myself. Then it actually, okay, well, Dad, maybe I should, because if everybody keeps telling me, maybe I should back up. Maybe I should stop saying so much. If everybody's keep telling me, man, you got to look out for yourself. You got to protect yourself. You got to protect your family, man. You better be careful, man. And so, I wouldn't say it got to me, but I started thinking, okay, well, if nobody else is willing to, go all the way, and I know there are people who's willing to go all the way, but you just have to, I guess, come at a different angle. I'm not scared of the people. I fear the government. Yeah, because once again, in my opinion, this situation, this election is, I just think, the catalyst for something deeper. Everyone, blames Trump, that like what I've talked to people today, talking about, Trump is dividing the nation. There's no time in my 46 years that this nation has not been divided. I cannot name one time in my life that America has not been divided. So actually here is another breaking news story about authorities preparing for unrest. Now just look, now this just happened 25 minutes ago. So we're they are talking about in this article. Now this article is from ABC News. So fair use. This video is being played for commentary. And okay, so there you see, I guess this is the result so far. You say you got Trump at 105 and Harris at 27. The House at 83, and the Republicans are at 116. Then we have the Senate at 32 to 42, and the governors is 21 to 22. So, as everyone would say, who once again put stock in this, they'll say the Republicans are winning, as of yet. But let's play this article real quick and see what they're talking about. And hopefully
we don't want nonsense.
Oh,
and I want you to
okay.
Reports of anything that looks like voter fraud. We do not have any serious indication of voter fraud. We do not expect to have it, but if it's there, we want to know about it. We don't want to hear a bunch of crazy fiction later about how things happen. This is the time. You got an issue, bring it to us, show us the evidence. We are here in an even-handed fashion, but we have seen no evidence of that so far today. We have seen no evidence of that in prior elections. And let me just say, if we start to hear about it at 9 o'clock after the polls are closed, you should be rightly suspicious of what you are hearing. Now, I found myself, to everyone's surprise, getting a lot of attention yesterday over something I said. And I came in this morning only to find that these hardworking members of the Election Protection Task Force had gone out and printed up the T-shirt just so people will understand how serious we are, that we are not going to tolerate interference with a free, fair, and final election here. Yaw McNeil, who is an assistant district attorney in this office for the last 4 years and has done a fabulous job in this and many other capacities, is here to let you see that T-shirt, which says protected. I think it's kind of in the shape of one of those home protection shields that you may see. Protected, and then at the bottom it says DAO Election Task Force, and then in the middle it says something else. Let us be clear. Anybody who tries to mess with this election, intimidate, buy, bully, anybody who tries to do that, F around and find out. We absolutely will follow through with what we said yesterday. There are handcuffs, there are cells, there are courtrooms, and there are Philadelphia jurors who are definitely going to want to know why it is a person tried to erase their votes, block their votes, bully their votes, or take away their votes. We're voting in Philly. We're voting.
All right, so I thought he was talking about some national thing. He's talking about, I guess, what's happening in Philly, and he had the young black. He talking about F around and find out. Now that was kind of hilarious from him, but he did have the the young lady, the black lady up there, and she had on the shirt. I think I wouldn't call her a prop, but I see the political. Excuse me. I see the political pun. I got hiccups. I'm sorry. I see the political ploy that I was just reading that comment, telling like it is. But yeah, I see the political ploy that some people put out there. So evidently there's some They say when you got hiccups, you grow it, something like that. But I see some of the political, like actual pandering, I guess. You know, he put the black girl up there to say that, yep, we are not, we are not cheating. You know, look at her. She has on the t-shirt. What does that t-shirt have to do with anything? Man, they had the hiccups forever. So and I see you, man, on G63, the reason. I don't know about that. These told me to hold my breath. But they said, so your votes really don't matter. So I was talking to a brother at the polls, and he gave his opinion on it. He wouldn't get on camera, but he might join us tomorrow night. But you passed 21. I don't know what this is right now, but he was talking about in 2016 when he said Hillary had almost 80 million more votes or something like that. I don't remember because I don't think I was even voting then. And so, but he mentioned how Hillary had 80 million votes, more than Trump, but Trump still wins. So he pineapple. I got some pineapples, right? You see y'all laughing at me, but he's that, and that's when he said, okay, that's when I realized that my vote really doesn't count. Like my vote, those 80 million people who came out and voted, like they might as well have just stayed home. Let me see. Hello, Taylor, and everyone. My take on this election is this: we got to know that whoever wins the election, this will be God's choice, because we are at the end of time, and God has who will be in the seats. Yeah. And there's a scripture that talks about that. You know what I mean? And that's sometimes when I question people who say, pray, for this, or pray for the wars, and just bear with me. So this verse is Matthew chapter 24, right? It says, in the last days, nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines, and earthquakes in various places, right? All these things are the beginning of pains. All these things are the beginning of pain. So this is what we're seeing. Then you'll be handed over to be persecuted and put to death, and you'll be hated by all nations because of me. And that time many will turn away from the faith and will betray and hate each other. But they talk about this. If we are living in the end times, it always questions me when people say, well, pray for peace. They said in the end of days there will be no peace. He said, say pineapple. He funny, Maddie. That's funny. But Jay Glover, Civil War about to come. Like, once if they're saying, I hear a lot of people say we are living in Revelations, right? If this is Revelations, then we must expect these things to come. All these things can now be man-made. Yeah, but it is written. So if you believe, in the scripture, whatever scriptures there was. Now I do have a Quran. I haven't read it in a long time, but you know me, I want all the holy scriptures, right? So I don't know what the Quran talks about concerning the end times. We have to start eating less now. Yeah, they said, you know, in the last days, what they say, a loaf of bread will be bought for a shekel or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So what it was saying is a loaf of bread. A loaf of bread will be, you know, like $1,000, whatever. You know, how the Bible written it, it was like, you know, it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be tough. And is this the beginning of that? You know, with these prices that we're seeing, you know, and everything else that, you know, people are pointing out as a reason, you know, that yeah, you definitely better learn to, cost a day. That's what it was. Appreciate you, Nazia. Yeah. Read Esdras, read two Esdras. Ezra wrote. Now is that's in the Quran? The Quran? Ezra wrote it. Okay, yeah, and people, you know, once again, there are several scriptures that's in the Quran that refer to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And they talk about, you know, Moses and, you know, several other people in the Quran. But nevertheless, I don't want to get on that. But that's in the Apocrypha. Okay, I got that in my Egyptian Bible. But you know, my point to bringing that up is, you know, we are, if you believe in the scriptures, a part of you know, the end of days, as they say. You know, so you know, we have to be careful. Once again, everybody has that stock. Let me check on this. Let me check on this thing real quick again. Okay, so evidently there's no updates. Let me refresh the page, because I know once again a lot of people are sitting around watching, you know, these numbers, and there's changing the numbers. So, but I just wanted to come on real quick tonight. I'm not going to be on long. You know, it's been a long day for me out there. You know, talking to people, getting people's perspective, because I want to know, you know, what are the people's temperature? Why are they doing what they're doing? So, you know, I just wanted to address that issue, because I told, you know, the lady I was going to address that text. So, if you guys, you know, like I said, I'm pretty sure I saw a couple people in the chat say that they got the text. So, evidently, they were saying down there in what's that city, Gwinnett County, that the text is not real. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and warn y'all. This is, you know, the I think this is the racist guy who calls. I'm gonna give him like a minute, or not even a minute, a couple of seconds. But if his language gets too hot, I will I'm gonna cut him off. Oh, okay. So you're not loud enough for people to hear you. So, you know, you're not getting any attention tonight. Yeah, but you're not, so nobody can hear you. Yeah, so nobody can hear you though. But you know, I thank you for, you know, giving us some attention, some of your time tonight. Did that make you feel like a big man? Oh, okay. I thank you for tuning in though, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Okay, is that it? Yeah, so I didn't give him no airplay. You know, he didn't get to hear himself on air tonight. So, you know, he's probably going to you know, go do, you know, some more meth, and, you know, lay down with his sister in the trailer park, you know, out in West Ohio somewhere. So, I thank you, my man. You know those babies come out with small ears and, you know, little heads. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just make sure, you know, you strap up. Uh-huh. My guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, you definitely don't want, you know, a lot of people, you know, with those you know, and you sound like you one chromosome away from. No, I ain't gonna say that, man. I ain't gonna feed into it. But yeah, so we're gonna get out of here, man. We I just wanted to come over here, man. I know everybody want to see, what's going on, but I did have to address that. And yeah, we're gonna get, after this election, we're gonna get, right back down to business with the situation which we've been monitoring. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I'm not going to answer you no more, sir, but I thank you for watching, though. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Find you something else to do. But I thank y'all for tuning in, man. Poor white trash can. That's hilarious. But I thank y'all, man. We want to get out of here once again. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, for liking and sharing the videos, for supporting, for sending information, emails. Once again, I got so many that haven't gotten to all of them. And so, but I pray that God blesses y'all and keeps y'all. Let all things be done in decency and order. I really appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Y'all be safe out there. Y'all be vigilant. Y'all be watchful. Wherever you're at, take God with you. Let his angels cover you and protect you. Once again, no weapon formed against us will prosper, and any tongue that rise up against us in judgment shall be condemned. So may the peace of God be with y'all. Peace and blessings. Y'all have a blessed night. I'm out of here. Much love.